Hello everyone, grand and warm welcome of all of you in class 12. Here we are with the syllabus of physics. We are going to start with the first chapter. Name of chapter is rotational dynamics. In your question paper, this chapter will be there for 5 marks without option and for 7 marks with option. We are going to distribute this chapter into two subparts. One is regarding circular motion and one is regarding rotational motion. Let's start with circular motion part. Circular motion is an essential part of our daily life. Every day we come across several revolving or rotating objects. During revolution, the object undergoes circular motion about some points outside the object or about some other object, while during rotation, the motion is about an axis or rotation passing through the object. In simple words, when any body rotates or circulates about its own axis or around the circumference, that kind of motion we called it as circular and rotational respectively. Why we require circular motion? Why to study circular motion? According to scientific manner, we required it to understand motion of planets, motion of electrons around the nucleus, motion of giant wheel, motion of space stations, motion of moon and satellites, and much more. What is circular motion? As we already discussed, it is the motion of particle along the complete circle or part of a circle. In simple words, when particle revolves around its circumference, that is called as circular motion in normal rotational path. For circular motion, it is not necessary that the body should complete a full circle. It means even motion along the arc of a circle is a circular motion. Generally, there are few important characteristics of circular motion. Circular motion can be considered as the accelerated motion too, because of as the direction of velocity changes at every instant, it is an accelerated motion, and the particle repeats its path along the same trajectory again and again. That's why the motion can be considered as periodic too. Let's move towards kinematics of a circular motion. We are going to discuss about few normal things, that is what is angular displacement, what is angular velocity, acceleration, and what is difference between these all terms in translational and rotational motion. Let's think, how do we locate something on a circle? If I consider there are two positions of particles, one is initial, one is final, then let us consider this is OI, that is initial position, OF, that is final position. They are separated by distance, which is in the form of angle. We consider it as the angular position theta. So when we consider that this is initial, this is final position, the separation between them at the center of circle is called as angular displacement. Look at here. Theta I is the initial position, theta F is the final position. They are separated by an angle delta theta. So angular displacement is the difference between these two radius vectors which measured at the center of circle, that is delta theta is equal to theta F minus theta I, called as the angular displacement. I hope you understood this thing. Moving towards next point. Yes, here we have formula for that. Angular displacement is defined as the angle described by the radius vector. If we consider A is the initial position of particle, B is the final position of particle, then B minus A, that is they are separated by distance theta, called as the angular displacement. Now, according to mathematical equation, we know that S is equal to R theta. but here they are separated by delta theta. So S is equal to R delta theta, where S is arc length, R is radius vector we can consider, and delta theta is angular displacement. So you can say that delta theta is equal to S upon R. Here this is arc length, this is radius, so delta theta is the ratio of two length quantities only. That's why it is the dimensionless quantity. Just move towards next point. Before that, have a quick look. ये बहुत बेसिक हम लोग पढ़ रहे बेटा, इसका कोर पार्ट अभी स्टार्ट होने वाला है. बिफोर दैट हम लोग ये वापस फ्रेश माइंड के साथ 11 का पार्ट रिपीट करे जा रहे हैं, बिकॉज ऑफ यहाँ के बाद आपका जो चैप्टर आएगा वहाँ पे नोटिफिकेशन यूज होते जाएंगे. फाइन. नाउ लुक एट हियर ट्रांसलेशनल वर्सेस रोटेशनल क्वांटिटी क्या है. हियर वी कंसिडर डिस्प्लेसमेंट एज डेल्टा एक्स, इन रोटेशनल इट्स डेल्टा थीटा, velocity is v, here in rotational it's omega, time period both tt, acceleration here we consider as a, and here it's alpha, and these both are like next points, that is inertia m and capital I, and a upon alpha is f and 2, that is force and torque. Now according to translational motion, velocity is given by rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Same like that, in rotational motion, you can say that rate of change of angular displacement upon time, that is angular velocity, omega is equal to delta theta upon delta t. Instantaneous angular velocity can be written as delta theta upon delta t, where limit of delta t tends to 0. यूनिट आएगा इसका डेल्टा थीटा अपॉन डेल्टा टी, एंगल का यूनिट होता है रेडियन, टाइम का सेकेंड, सो यूनिट ऑफ एंगुलर वेलोसिटी इज रेडियन पर सेकेंड. एक बार देख लीजिए पूरा. नेक्स्ट, एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन. बिफोर स्टार्ट विथ एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन, व्हाट इज ट्रांसलेशनल एक्सेलरेशन? Translational acceleration is rate of change of velocity with respect to time. So when we consider for angular or for rotation, it is rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. Angular velocity generally be denoted by omega. So it's delta omega upon delta t. Instantaneous acceleration is given by delta omega upon delta t, where limit of delta t tends to 0. Now delta omega का यूनिट आपको यहाँ पता है रेडियन पर सेकेंड, डिवाइडेड बाय अगेन फॉर डेल्टा टी इट्स सेकेंड. सो यूनिट ऑफ angular acceleration is radian per second square. एक बार वापस देख लीजिए. angular displacement का यूनिट होता है रेडियन, angular velocity radian per second, angular acceleration radian per second square. We already know these all things from standard 11. just इसको एक बार furnish कर लीजिए. The linear velocity of a body and angular velocity is given by relation v is equal to r omega, and linear acceleration and angular acceleration is given by a is equal to r alpha or alpha r. Just note down these both formulas. ये हमें आगे सारे डेरिवेशन में लगेंगे, न्यूमेरिकल्स में लगेंगे. Now, what is uniform circular motion? What is UCM? When we consider the movement of particle, there are two parts. Either it can be as uniform circular motion or non-uniform circular motion. When we consider these all points, it is given by 2 points, that is uniform and non-uniform. Uniform means a body is said to have a uniform motion if it travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, no matter how small these intervals may be. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, सिंपल सा है. A vehicle running at a constant speed of 10 meter per second will cover equal distances of 10 meters every second. यहाँ पे देख लीजिए, फर्स्ट सेकेंड में कितना हो गया 10, After 2 seconds it will become 20, after 3 seconds it will become 30. मतलब each time period and each distance gap both are exactly proportional to each other, which is called as the uniform motion. What is non-uniform motion? A body is said to have a non-uniform motion if it travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, no matter how small these intervals may be. For example, a freely falling ball from a certain height covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So its motion is non-uniform. They are also called as accelerated motion. आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, यहाँ पे बिल्कुल रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है कि एक बॉल हमने फेंक लिया है, अगर उसने फर्स्ट 10 सेकेंड में 1 किलोमीटर कवर किया है तो नेक्स्ट 10 सेकेंड में वो 1 किलोमीटर ही कवर करे, बिल्कुल रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है. इट कैन बी 4 किलोमीटर, इट कैन बी 11 किलोमीटर ऑल्सो. सो देर इज नॉन यूनिफॉर्मिलिटी विद इन दैट मोशन. So when you consider non-uniform circular motion, at that time it's totally not required that that particle will cover equal distance in equal interval of time. It is non-uniform motion. I hope you all are clear. In simple words, you can say that during circular motion, if the speed of particle remains constant, that is called as uniform circular motion, and if speed of particles goes on increasing or decreasing for some time, that is non-uniform circular motion. Moving towards next point, we are going to discuss about centripetal and centrifugal force with their characteristics and with their examples also. Uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Let's think why. The answer is because the velocity of the body changes at every instant. But according to Newton's second law, there must be a force to produce this acceleration, which is called as centripetal force. Therefore, it is compulsory required for circular motion. No centripetal force, no circular motion. Then what is centripetal force? It is the force acting on a particle performing UCM, and this force is along the radius of the circle and directed towards the center of circle. I repeat, it is the force acting on a particle performing UCM, and this force is along the radius of the circle and directed towards the center of circle. Remember few characteristics also. Acting on a particle performing UCM, centripetal force along the radius, and centripetal force acting towards the center of circle. Properties. It is a real force. It is necessary for maintaining uniform circular motion. It acts along the radius of the circle. It directed towards the center of circle. This force does not do any work. Formula can be written as mv square upon r, or you can say that it is mr omega square or minus mv square upon r. Negative sign indicates it is towards the center. For example, you can say a body tied to a string and whirled in a horizontal circle. It is provided centripetal force by the tension in the string. For a car traveling around a circular road with uniform speed, the centripetal force is provided by the force of static friction between tires of the car and the road. In case of electrons revolving around the nucleus, the centripetal force is provided by electrostatic force of attraction between nucleus and electrons. यहाँ पे आपके लिए एक सवाल है. In case of motion of the moon around the earth, the centripetal force is provided by dash force between earth and moon. The answer is, देखो यहाँ पे क्या दिया गया है, electrons revolving around the electrostatic force है. यहाँ पे आपको basically पता है the moon revolves around the earth in a circular orbit because of gravitational force. The answer will be gravitational force. Next, centrifugal force. Exactly opposite to this, centrifugal force is an imaginary or pseudo force. This force experienced only in non-inertial frames of reference. This force is necessary in order to explain Newton's law of motion in an accelerated frame of reference. Centrifugal force acts along the radius, but it is directed away from the center of circle. Direction of centrifugal force is always opposite to that of centripetal force. Centripetal force negative में जाता है, so centrifugal force is positive, that is plus mv square upon r or plus mr omega square. This force is always present in rotating bodies. इसके कुछ examples. When a car in a motion takes a sudden turn towards left, passengers in the car experiences an outward push to the right. This is because of centrifugal force. Now आप में से बहुत सारे लोग मेरी गो राउंड में बैठे होते हैं, जो देने वाला फोर्स होता है it's towards the center, but whenever the children sitting in a merry-go-round experiences an outward force as a result, because of merry-go-round rotates about the vertical axis. I hope you understand. The question might be arises like differentiate centripetal and centrifugal force. The question will be there for 2 marks or 3 marks. If question will be there for 2 marks, note down any 2 points as a differentiating points, and for 3 marks you have to note down any 3 points for each. Now we are moving towards applications of uniform circular motion. Like we are going to discuss about vehicle along the horizontal circular track, then we are going to discuss about well or wall of death, then vehicle on a bank road, etc. Let's start with banking of roads. When a car is moving along a curved road, it is performing circular motion. For circular motion, it is not necessary that the car should complete a full circle. An arc of the circle is also treated as circular path. We know that centripetal force is necessary for circular motion. If it is not present, the car cannot travel along a circular path and will instead travel along a tangential path. Here, this force for circular motion can be provided in 2 ways. One is frictional force between the tires of the car and the road. That is first condition or first application, vehicle along a horizontal circular track. And second one, banking of roads. The first condition which we are going to discuss is friction between tires and road. The centripetal force for a circular motion of the car is provided by the frictional force between the tires of cars and road. Let us consider small m is the mass of the car, v is the speed of the car, and r is radius of curved road. Plane we are going to consider is a vertical plane and which is perpendicular to the track, right, but includes only center of the track. These forces acting on a car are vertically downward, that is weight mg, and normal reaction which is vertically upward, that is capital M. So when you consider centripetal force provided by frictional force, it is given by mv square upon r, and frictional force is mu mg. How it considered as the mu mg? At that time, here m is mass, mu is coefficient of friction between tires and road. When you compare these both, that mv square upon r is equal to mu mg, at that time v square upon r becomes mu g. So v is equal to root of mu r g. म्यू क्या है यहाँ पे आपका कोएफिशिएंट है फ्रिक्शन का, which is given by force upon normal reaction, that is F upon N. Thus, the maximum velocity with which a car can safely travel along the curved road is root of mu rg. There are few conditions. If the speed of the car increases beyond this value, the car will be thrown off. If the car has to move at a higher speed, the frictional force should be increased, but this causes wear and tear of cars. The frictional force is not reliable as it can decreases on weight roads. So we cannot rely on frictional force to provide the centripetal force for circular motion. You can see it over here. हमने जो देखा है एक एक. The speed of the car increases beyond this value. The car will be thrown off or skid. Look at here. ये जो है ये मैक्सिमम स्पीड है जहाँ पे नॉर्मल रिएक्शन वर्टिकली अपवर्ड है, वेट इज इक्वल टू mg वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड है. ये हमारा कंडीशन है जहाँ पे v इज इक्वल टू रूट ऑफ म्यू आर जी विल गेट एट दैट टाइम इट इज द सेफ मैक्सिमम स्पीड. बट यहाँ पे हमने जो फर्स्ट कंडीशन देखा है, द स्पीड ऑफ द कार बियॉन्ड दिस वैल्यू, कार कैन स्किड और स्किडिंग हैपन्स. Now, how to save these all things? There is one value called as bank roads or banking of road. What is that? The process of raising the outer edge of the road over the inner edge through a certain angle is called as the banking of road. Or surfaces of curved roads are tilted with the horizontal with some angle. This is called as banking of roads. Why we require that? To provide the necessary centripetal force for circular motion, to reduce wear and tear of the tires due to friction, to avoid skidding, and to avoid overturning of vehicles. In this way, we discuss about circular motion, their characteristics, then kinematics of that, uniform, non-uniform motion with their examples, then centripetal and centrifugal forces with their characteristics, examples and formula too. Then we had discussion on vehicle along a horizontal circular track with the concept of banking of road and their purpose. So in this way, we are going to stop for now in this lecture. In next lecture, we are going to discuss about another characteristic or application of UCM. That is, we are going to discuss about well of death. Then we are going to discuss about vehicle on a bank road with their maximum speed and minimum speed formula. At that same time, we are going to discuss about conical pendulum and its time period and much more. For now, I'll stop here for today. If you have any doubt till this point, you can always contact us.